Hello, everyone, and welcome back. In the previous video, we talked about what artificial intelligence actually is and how tools like ChatGPT work by predicting language patterns based on massive amounts of information. But knowing what AI is only gets you halfway there. The real power of artificial intelligence comes from how you communicate with it. Because AI, it works best when you give it clear instructions. This process is called prompting. A prompt is simply the message or instructions you give to an AI system. And the quality of your prompt very often determines the quality of the answer you receive. In other words, better prompts produce better results. Today, I'm going to show you a simple method beginners can use to get much more useful responses from AI tools. And let me explain something. This is usually why beginners struggle with AI in the beginning. See, most people who try artificial intelligence for the first time type something very, very simple. They might say something like, write something for me, or tell me about business, or explain marketing. The problem with prompts like these is that they are too vague. Artificial intelligence doesn't know what you want yet. It doesn't know your situation. It doesn't know the audience, and it does not know the tone. So it produces a very general answer. But, very important here, when you give the AI clear direction, the quality of the results improves dramatically. This is where prompting becomes important. So let's go across, the formula I stumbled across, the simple prompt formula. One of the easiest ways to improve your AI results is to follow a simple 3-part structure. You can think of it as the prompt formula. Step 1, tell the AI what role it should take. Tell it the role that it needs to take, okay? Step 2, tell the AI what task you want completed. That's the meat of the whole thing. You need something completed, you got to tell it what you need completed. Step 3, provide details or context. This is kind of important too. So let's go ahead and walk through what this looks like. Step 1, give the AI a role. Artificial intelligence responds better when you tell it what perspective to take. For example, instead of simply asking a question, you can actually begin by saying something like, act as a career coach, or act as a small business advisor, or act as a teacher explaining this to beginners. See, when you assign a role, the AI understands the tone and the perspective it should use. This very small change can dramatically improve the quality of the responses. Now that we understand that, let's move on to step 2. Give the AI a clear task. Duh. Next, you tell the AI exactly what you want it to do. For example, help me write a resume summary. That's the big thing now. You got to get that resume type, okay? Explain how credit scores work. That's information a lot of us need to actually learn. Or give me ideas for starting a small business. Hey, I'm telling you, this is like your first team of starting your business. AI can literally become your first team for getting that entrepreneurial thing going. Being specific about the task helps AI focus its responses. Let's jump to step 3, add context. The third step is where most beginners make the biggest improvement. add context about your situation. For example, instead of saying, help me write a resume, you could actually say something like, act as a career coach and help me write a resume summary for someone who worked in retail for 5 years and wants to move into management. Now the AI has real context. It knows the experience level. And most importantly, it knows the goal. That way, it can produce a much better response. Now let's go ahead and put the formula together, okay? Let's combine everything. Instead of typing something simple like, help me write an email, you might switch it up a little bit. Try to say this or type this. Act as a professional communication coach and help me write a polite email asking my landlord to repair the heater in my apartment. Now the AI understands the role, it definitely understands the task, and it understands the situation. The response will almost always be far more useful. Now let's go over the power of follow-up questions. And I love this. Another powerful feature of AI is the ability to ask follow-up questions. See, many beginners treat AI like a search engine. They ask one question and then they stop. But the real advantage of AI is the ability to continue the conversation. For example, after receiving an answer, you might ask, can you simplify that explanation? Or you can say, can you give me 3 examples? I love using this format. I am telling you, this format has helped me understand AI so much. The follow-up question, can you explain that like I'm a beginner? My favorite thing is, can you give me that in language an 8th grader could understand? See, this back and forth conversations allows you to refine the information until it becomes exactly what you need. This is why experimenting is the key. The best way to learn how to use AI is simply to experiment. Try a few different prompts. Try different levels of detail. Ask the AI to rewrite things in different ways, hence the 8th grader. The more you interact with the system, the more comfortable you'll become with how it works. And you know what? You'll quickly discover that AI can become a very useful assistant for learning, planning, writing, and problem solving. Like I said earlier, if you're trying to start a business, this is actually your first team, okay? So in the next video, we're going to look at 5 real-world ways beginners can start using artificial intelligence right away. These examples will show you how AI can help with everyday tasks like writing emails, brainstorming ideas, and preparing for job opportunities. Once you see these examples, you'll start to understand just how practical these tools can be. And if you're interested in more resources, local stories, and community information, you can explore Now Camden Magazine, a publication designed to connect Camden County residents with ideas and opportunities that help people grow and thrive. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson.